Yo, we back, man. What's good, YouTube, man? I apologize. It's been a minute. Feels like it's been a minute since I made a video, but we here with it. I'm back for today. But yeah, man, lots been going on. Not anything bad, but just work, life, dealing with what I gotta deal with. Not saying I wasn't in the mood to make a long YouTube video. I just didn't really have anything to talk about that I felt like I needed to talk about on here with y'all, share with y'all. Not saying that, there wasn't anything I wanted to talk about, but just, when it was the right time to come on here and speak again, it felt like it was the right time. A lot has happened in the last week or so, but right now I want to talk to y'all about the title of the video. I don't know really what I'm going to title it, but I know what it has to do with it, and that's like what it really means to be a man, because I feel like we all get lost in this concept of like the red pill, like alpha male type of mindset. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell into that hard. Like I fell into that years ago, and I'm not gonna lie, some things I still do take away from that in terms of like how I run my life, in terms of like my routine, my discipline, everything like that. But in terms of how I treat other people, especially women specifically, and just how to be a man and how to be a real man, yeah, man, I'm not with that red pill stuff no more. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, which is gonna lead me to the reason why I'm talking to y'all today. But we're gonna go back to earlier this week. So as you all know, I do go to the gym early in the morning, but when I do go to the gym, you got that gym family, the people that you be seeing. So there's a dude, shout out to Tim. If y'all want to know what he looked like, just search George Kittle. I know he don't like me saying this, but he really looked like George Kittle. It's crazy. But he's kind of been at like, we've been talking here and there up until this point. And one day he came up to me and he was like, yo, how's everything going? And I was like, just good. Just trying to get through the week. But I wasn't really thinking about it, how he was going to explain. He was like, I want you to read, I forget what, off the top of my head, what scripture, what passage, what scripture it was, what verse. But I know I'll probably put it once I realize it's early in the morning, forgive me. But it was basically saying like everything that we do is for God. Like we're not working to just get to the end of the week. We're not working just to get a paycheck. Like everything we do is for God, because he's allowed us to do those things. So pretty much once I read that, I was like, oh, my whole mindset flipped, and I was like, yeah, this man definitely means well. Like God put him here for a reason to kind of guide me. So the next week goes on and I see that he's married. So I really ask him, I'm like, how is it being married? Like real honest, because obviously I have desires to be married and have children and have a family and everything like that. So I asked him about that, and he was like, I was going to come up and talk to you about this, because he wanted to kind of help guide me, because he kind of could see the type of person who I was and the person that I wanted to become. He told me he was a therapist, but he doesn't like to be labeled a therapist. He's more of a life coach. And that was something I was asking God for, that I was searching for, and I just couldn't find one. But here he is, telling me these things, and he's like, I work with guys like you. I work with guys who are married, and I'm gonna give you a book that I want you to read, and it's called Kingdom Man by Tony Evans. Now, when I tell you, like, this happened, he told me this on Wednesday. I got the book on Thursday. I've been reading it. I've only read 4 chapters, and legitimately, like, this book has opened up a whole other part of like my mind, in terms of like how I move, and like how I used to move versus how I'm going to move, and how I've been trying to move in that right direction. And man, this book is crazy. Like, the thing with me is like, people can tell me a certain thing, but it's the way you tell me. If it's not a way that I understand, or a way that I can relate it to me in a way, I probably won't understand it, and I probably won't even listen to you. And that's something I got to get better at. But everybody reaches different people in different ways based on how they say something. So I'll give you all an example. So I got the book right here, man. If y'all, this is for the men, women too, if you want to read it, by all means. But Kingdom Man by Tony Evans, bro, this book changes lives, man. And he was like, everybody who he suggests that reads it who is married wishes they read it before they got into a marriage. So I think it was just God telling me, read this book, learn how to truly be a man before I can give you your future wife, before I can give you what you truly want. And reading this book has been like, oh my God, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I picked up from this, that it like clicked. Like I already knew, but like it just clicked for me once I heard this. So Tony Evans said in the book, he said that, and I'm an athlete, I'm a former athlete, so I treat everything like like I'm playing a sport or like I'm getting ready for a sport. So he said, Satan is literally your opponent who is scouting your every single move. He's scouting your tendencies. He's scouting what makes you uncomfortable. Like, I'm going off of basketball. So like on the court, like if you playing against Satan, this man got a whole scouting report on everything that I do. And he's going to try to do everything possible to make me uncomfortable, to make sure I get off my game, to make sure he can manipulate me and come out victorious. Bro, what? This is ridiculous, because I didn't think of it like that. I didn't think like, yo, I should treat this like a basketball game. Like, I'm trying to figure out what makes Satan and whatnot, like what's his weak points. And when he can't get me off my game, and he can't get me out of my comfort zone, and he can't, make me do things that are going to throw me off and cause me to, lose so he can win, then I already won. So literally I look at it like that. From that point on, it's like every day, what am I going to do? Because Satan's coming for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's coming for everybody. He's trying to throw everybody off, no matter what little signs here and there. But like, he knows your weaknesses. He knows your tendencies. He knows what you like, what you don't like. And he's going to try and do everything possible to get you off your game. So I look at it like that. Yeah, man, I was like, yeah, he ain't finna get me. I'm finna treat this like a basketball game every day. Like, I'm going against him every day with God on my side, and I know that I'm gonna get through this, and he's not gonna even be able to get to my weaknesses. But like I said, it's an everyday thing, because what you overcome, he's gonna try to come at you a different way. So it's like every day it's gonna be a battle, but I'm not gonna let him get to me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let him win. So another thing it says in the book is that when we wake up every day, like, this is for men, like even women too. When we wake up every day, we should be waking up, and Satan and the devil should be like, oh damn, he's up. Like, yeah, I'm up. Like, yeah, good luck trying to try me today. Like, this ain't gonna work. Like, every time we should wake up, other people should be saying like, oh damn, he's up. Like, oh, he's up now. Like, oh damn, what are we gonna do? Like, he's not sleeping no more. Like, he's up. Like, yeah, I'm up. And how are you gonna try to attack me today? Because you're not gonna be able to attack me, like, because I'm on my purpose. I'm on, in my kingdom of becoming a man, like everything. So just, it's an amazing book. And it basically is just saying like how men should always be providers. Men should always be supportive, always should treat a woman with respect and everything like that. But one thing that stood out as well is the fact that we as former athletes support sports teams, and there's nothing wrong with being fans of teams and players, but he made a good point. He's like, why are we wearing other players' names on our backs? That's not what being a man is. You're wearing another man's name on the back of your whatever jersey you got on. And that just goes to show like you're not really comfortable with who you are as a man. Now, I get it. We support our players and we support our teams, but the fact that you're wearing another man's jersey on you says a lot. And it didn't really register, but I was never the type to wear another person's jersey unless I was like a kid and I didn't know better. But as I become a man, we start to idolize these people who are the same age as us, or doing something extraordinary because of the attention and the notoriety we get. We think that we can't get that same thing, that we can't be destined to be great just as they are. An example, like NBA, you're thinking of the top players, like the top selling jerseys, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, like all these players. And because of their status and what they have done with their lives, people wear those jerseys because they want to feel something that they've accomplished instead of going to accomplish something that they can do on their own. Like, we can all be great. God doesn't want us not to be great. He wants us to be great in everything that we do, as long as it's within us. He doesn't want us falling vicariously and living through somebody else's dream and trying to chase what their dream was, or what they have in front of them, because everyone's different. We don't know what they deal with. We don't know what they go through. And just basically saying like, we can be our own man. We can achieve anything that we want. We just have to go about it the right way. And he goes on in this book saying, anything that you want, if you want to be a millionaire, you got to really put in the work. Just like with anything, like God is not going to give you something that you're not working for. If you're sitting and just living a normal life and you're like, I want to be a millionaire, but every day you're just sitting on the couch watching TV thinking that it's going to come to you, it's not going to come to you. So this book really has been speaking to me in ways that like other books or other people couldn't really speak to me. And like I said, I'm gonna put it up here again for y'all to see, man. But I recommend all men read this book, Kingdom Man, especially if you aspire to be married, especially if you aspire to have, children and a family. You truly want to be a good man, because like they said, temptation is everywhere. It's how you handle that temptation, because that's just Satan or whoever just trying to come and test you and coming to try and see if you're weak and see if you can throw you off your game. But you just got to have the mindset that like that's not going to happen because of who you are internally, that man that you know you're capable of being, loving yourself, loving others. Like, it's just all about really being a man. And I think the biggest thing I can take away from this is like, yo, just be your own man. Be who you want to be. Don't try to be somebody else and try to model your life after them. I'm not saying you can't take little bits and pieces, because in the book it says you can take small things and learn and apply them to your life. But when you strive to be exactly like a person that you look up to, or exactly like a person that, you know, is on a certain platform or a certain status, especially if you're all around the same age, this has nothing to do with kids. This is literally just for like adults, grown men who are trying to become men, who are trying to move on and, you know, grow in their lives as they hit adulthood. Like, this is for what they're trying to say. You really got to live and be your own man and try to build a kingdom within your own life and be that MVP of your own life. Be that MVP to your wife, be that MVP to your children. Like, have them look up to you. Don't look up to other people who have that status because that's what you want. You can get that status. You can get everything that you want in life if you go about it the right way, working hard, working through God, and doing it with good intention. And that's when it clicked to me. I was like, yo, I can really be this, you know, if I strive to be, you know, financially free. You know, I don't really care if I'm a millionaire or not. That's something that if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm gonna live my life and love my life the same exact way. But that doesn't mean I'm not striving for it. I'm always striving to be the best that I can be. I'm always striving to be great, because that's what I want to be. I want to be great, but I can be great in my own way without having to, you know, want to be great because LeBron James is great. I want to be as great as LeBron James. Like, no, you can be great in your own way without idolizing other people. And I think that was the biggest takeaway from it. It's just like, we really just got to focus on being a man within ourselves and not trying to, you know, be like other men who we don't even know what they do or what they've gone through to get to that point. I just want to make this video because I think it's very important for us men to really get out of that red pill mindset, get out of that, you know, manipulating women. You know, if she does this, you do that. Like, nah, if you really care about a woman, you really want to be with a woman, you're going to be that man that she wants and that you want for yourself. Because if you can look in the mirror and really tell yourself, like, I am a man, and because I do XYZ, you just got to be honest with yourself. Because I'm not gonna lie, at a point I couldn't even look myself in the mirror and tell myself that I was a true man, because I wasn't. And I still think I have so much more to learn to become the man that I want to become. That doesn't mean I'm not on the right path. That doesn't mean I'm not aware of it. But I truly believe that the man I'm becoming is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going up with this. And I feel like this book right here, Kingdom Man, like, I already know once I finish it, man, the whole boy, everything gonna change for the better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I love reading. And like I said, I challenged myself to read at least 2 books or at least 1 book a month. And this book right here, I'm gonna finish this book in like 2-3 days, because it's just that good and it's just that powerful and it speaks to me. So any man who really wants to be a true man and not off that red pill bullshit, read Kingdom Man by Tony Evans, man. I'm telling you, great book. And I'm only 4 chapters in, and I've learned so much, because he really just breaks it down for us as men to understand, to where we can be, you know, the best versions of ourselves. So I appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, I'm back with the videos because it was just something that was on my mind, and I felt like I had to share it with especially the men who watch this video, but also for the women. Like, we trying to be better. All right, we ain't all out here trying to manipulate. We ain't all out here trying to do y'all dirty. We trying to better ourselves. We trying to better our lives. And look at the sun coming out, man. You see the sun coming out? The sun coming out because God hear me, man. He hear me preaching, hear me speaking on this. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're going up with this channel, man, and I appreciate each and every one of you. But I hope y'all have a good rest of your weekend and stay blessed.